Amanda K. Gaudin asked if I can do a deep jump into syncopation, as she would personally rather like it. And I wrote, how syncopated can we get? I can do sort of an organic type feel thing that might not have the perfect music professor terminology. A start, perhaps? Let me try it. I'm going to call it organic, funky syncopation. All right. What does that mean? It means I think you can come in on like different beats in a measure. It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be on the beat, the 2 and the 4. Like the bass drum is on the 1, boom, crack is the 2. So it's 1, 2, bass snare, and then another bass snare would be 3, 4. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tapping my right foot. Quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. So establishing what the 4/4 is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just doing low E and this middle E, 7th fret, 5th string. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're still like in the 8th notes. It's nothing radical. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can kind of put those ands anywhere. You could go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's filling it in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and every 8th note we're playing. So that would be really not syncopated. These are just straight normal kind of beats and rhythm. As far as strumming the guitar, let's do a strum pattern found in my book. I'm just kind of starting kind of easy here. I've got an idea for getting a little more complex if you can just let me get through. On page 2, strumming pattern number 8 down at the bottom. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So all these patterns are real good for basic, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and all the basic 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, 4. But this one is 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and 4, and 1, 2, and. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So that's nothing too radical. That's something we teach all of our students on page 2, and then we put it into the chord progressions on page 4 if you want to. I recommend it. It's a common strum pattern. Now, as far as getting kind of wild with it, this is just, as far as, let me just stay basic for a second. Here's straight rock and roll. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you can kind of give it a little hiccup like so kind of da 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 da. So I can kind of sing it back what I'm doing. So you can kind of start again. I don't have the terminology. You just sort of play it more funky. That's not helping. Or okay, just an idea. Now, I always tell my students that I grew up like in the disco era. So as much as we didn't really care for disco, we couldn't help but to go. That's where I'm gonna try to explain funky syncopation. So let's switch over to let's stick with this minor 7. This is E minor 7. Common chord from the 70s, minor 7. Beautiful chord, isn't it? People just don't really think about minor 7 anymore. My students have no idea what I'm talking about when I say, hey, let's make sure to work on your minor 7. And they're like, what's that? All right, I'm old. Too bad that you don't know. You didn't grow up when I did, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe you did. Maybe you didn't like this, but it's still, you could think of it as James Brown style, or Prince. Let's shift over to the 9th chord. That seems more like a Prince song or a James Brown style. So you can, 9th chord is like 7, 6, 7, 7, 7. That's E, G sharp, D, F sharp, and B. Middle, index, ring lace, flat. These are on the tips, flat. So that shape, if you strum it and then relax your hand, it goes away. The sound stops. Or if you hold it, it keeps ringing. So for this, I'm going to strum kind of machine-like. I think those are 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So your hand has to become the drums, you know. So I'm doing some. So it's kind of like 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and notice that your 1 is a downstroke. 1 E, N is a downstroke. Is an upstroke. 1 E, N, 2 E, N, 3 E, N, 4 E, N, So I think we're going to accentuate some of those uhs. Really kind of improvising, kind of like if you're playing drums or a hand drum, sort of a weird flowing. But you know, if that's really hard to follow, I would suggest get the chord and then get relaxed with your strumming hand and just try to get a consistent strum so you're not, all kinds of weird variations. You just want the same machine-like repeating. And then you can experiment with relaxing the fretting hand. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. Try to do 1 E and a 2 E and a as your chord. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Then 3 E and a 4 E and a muted. So we're just cutting it in two. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, So just try different numbers, you know. Oh, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. I'm on the 2. Let's see if we can find the 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Let's see if we can find the 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. Ooh. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a. So I think isolating those numbers, and at least you can control that much, then you can maybe, you know, it's kind of hard for me to think about, you know, all the ands and the e's and the uhs, but 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. That's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. So you can pick any of those numbers, or uhs, or e's, or whatever they are. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So I picked some e's and an and came up with a weird pattern. Now, I don't really think about this when I do it. When I do it, I'm just like, hey, guitar, cool. How about some funk? I'm just sort of just batting it around. But if you had to like write out a massive grid of different sequences of different uhs, e's, ands, and the number beats, the strong beats, you could really make a giant grid of all the combinations of all the possible, because there'd be, I think there'd be 16 units per measure. So how many variations of 16 can you make? That might be, you might have to get out some calculating tools. And how many combinations are possible? It's probably a lot. I'm kind of curious about that. How many, you know, I guess in math we have to set up the problem and define the problem and then solve the problem. So we'd have to say how many variations of combinations of in a sequence are possible with 16 variables or components or whatever they are. What are they? I was a terrible math student, but I was interested in maybe approaching things like that were or fun, or it made sense, but nothing made sense the way they taught it. So, I don't know how many variations. I was going ducka ducka da 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 ducka ducka da da ducka da ducka 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 ducka. I suppose you could do that with octave, like. You know, that's an octave of an E and a higher E. I'm muting out the other strings. That's again sort of playing drums, you know. I should be a good drummer, but I'm not. But duck 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 dun dun dun. You know, if you're playing drums, I always think of this as, you know, kind of drum type thinking. As far as, yeah, anyway, you know, if we had to write all this out with notation, it would be a lot. But it really is a great question, Amanda, so thank you. It really gives me a lot to think about. So we shall, you know, if you have questions or ideas, please just holler it out. I'll try to answer the question. All right, I better get to lessons. Time to teach the students. I'm excited. See ya.